Hi creative friends, this is Sreya and thank you so much for being here. So I am going to be working on this piece over here, and this is the inspiration for it, and this was me copying Elena Hennessy's paint and paper exercise where I just, I did it and then I fell in love with the green against the pink, and just this pink background over here just was like, oh my god. And I just loved everything about it, like the pattern paper and the orange, the little pops of orange. I mean, it just really inspired me. And so I started working on this, and then it morphed because I did kind of copy it, more or less, not exactly, but if you see the progression, you'll see what I mean. But then I came to this particular configuration, and this is a great example of how things can morph. They can migrate as is. They can completely change, like nobody knows. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I thought about adding some of these like pops of orange, but I don't know, black and orange is not like a combo I generally go for, and I like the orange against the pink. But and I did think about putting the orange against the pink over here, like making some kind of design on the dress. So that's another option. But let me just work on the face over here, the eyes, the hair, and yeah, a lot of times, you guys, we kind of like, I'm the same way. I mean, I think where everybody is, like all artists, we hit like, oh well, I don't know, I'm not inspired, and I talked about this before. That is actually the normal ebb and flow of creativity. Like it's, a lot of times we tend to think like we are always supposed to be we're always supposed to be inspired, we're always supposed to be in flow state, but that is not true at all. That would actually be super, super exhausting. And I'm re-listening because I mean, I've listened to it so many times. To Dr. Estiz's The Red Shoes, her rendition of it. And it's so amazing because in it, she talks about, she talks a lot about artists, like, but she talks about singers. And she, just makes the observation, which is a true one, and it's a good observation, that a lot of artists, they have succumbed to their addictions. And the red shoes is kind of like, where the little girl, she has this dream of the red shoes, which represents a lot of different things. But one of the things it represents is the, the creative force. And she wants these red shoes, and then she puts them on, and she makes the wish that, she wishes that she could dance forever. And then that's what happens. Her wish is granted. But, obviously you cannot dance forever. She gets exhausted, and she wants the red shoes to stop, and it won't. And the thing is, making the correlation to the ebbs and flows of creativity, we need those resting periods. So there's nothing wrong with having an ebb. That being said, when I do have my ebbs, there are so many different things that I do. Some of them are not related to art at all. Like some of them are baking, paint, gardening, stuff like that. They're just not even related. But some of them are. Like some of them is like maybe a copying exercise. Maybe, getting out the Alana Hennessy book and doing a prompt, which, can involve copying, or you can just use the prompt and do your own thing. Like you're just doing it to, it's kind of like like your it's like compost. You're just adding all this stuff to the compost bin. You just, it's all gonna break down. It's gonna fuel the compost bin. It's gonna feed the compost. So there's so many different exercises that we can do. Writing is another thing I do. I love writing. Writing actually really, like it really fuels me, and it feeds my combo spin, if you will, for lack of another word. I think the gardening analogy is a really good one. Another thing too, you guys, is I hope that the lighting is okay. It is a little bit later in the day, so okay. So I wasn't going to work on this, but or I should say I wasn't going to work on this and videotape it, but I wanted to kind of show you because I do want to bring that orange. I was thinking about putting the orange on the black, like putting it on the background, like see how the orange is against the pink background. So I was thinking about doing that, but I don't like orange and black. So I was thinking, well, I do like the orange against the pink, so maybe I can do that, you know, like make a pattern here somehow. I don't know what kind of a pattern I want to make. And this is what I mean about morphing, you know, I'm taking little bits of ideas and I'm just kind of putting it on here. Now, I may just get my, what's my fluorescent? I don't know if it's gonna, oh, there we go. So it's not a circle, but it is the orange against the pink, which I do love. So do you see what I mean, you guys? This is like another way of like me going, hey, I'm taking this, you know, I'm taking this kind of something from here, which is orange against the pink. It's not circles, it's not flowers, but it is the orange against the pink. Or alternatively, I was looking at putting the orange, because I do love the orange. I love this color scheme. Or maybe even like making a design but not making it orange, making it white, or, you know, something that's really gonna pop. So do you see what I mean about how like all these different things can morph? Like you can take an idea and you can like say, hey, you know, I'm gonna adjust it for this particular painting. It's still the idea of the, you know, like, see, I'm gonna show you here. I actually want blue, but I do not know where my blue Posca is. Oh, here it is. I kind of wanted my lighter blue. So I just cleaned my desk up, you guys, like not even a week ago, and already it's like I don't know where anything is. Okay. Let's see here. And when I'm doing this, you guys, like, I'm probably gonna go over top of this and do my my 100-day project, you know, the mixed media portraits. So I'm doing it to learn, I'm doing it to like fuel me, and it, you know, you can go into your art journal and you can do all sorts of things. You can create art journal pages from prompts that, you know, are meant for something else. You can like just kind of ooh, I did that wrong there. You know, just like improvise it to whatever you need it to be. And I do like, let me see here. So I am gonna put some of this, and I don't know if it's gonna stay this color, this white color, but do you see how it really pops? Which I really love. And then when it dries, I can go in with my Posca marker and I can make like little kind of designs around it, and just kind of like draw some attention to it, you know? Uh-oh. And let me get, these are these, they're called, they're Stabilos, but I think they're called like fat Stabilos. I think that actually might be their name. I could be wrong. And just put a little bit of this orange here. Now you guys, if this was going to be a like an art journal page, this would be perfect to come in here and write over top of it. Like, would it not be like a really great like layout to come in and just, you know, add some writing, add some journaling, maybe write in the moon, you know, just like it's really there's so many ways like you could use this. You could even put a pop-up on the dress here. I'm not that crafty, you guys. I've seen like some really amazing pop-ups, but I just think like, hey, if I had to do that, I don't know. I was thinking of doing it in my Healing Ancestral Trauma art journal because I do want to put a few things in there. So I might actually kind of figure out how to do it. Oops. And one of the things, you guys, is I find that like I really don't have to like stress out over the facial features. Like in an art journal spread, I know as I'm fussing over the facial features, but you know, you can leave things like a little bit kind of wonky and it just has so much character. But yeah, I'm really kind of digging this. So I'm gonna show you here. Well, let me just, I want to put some like dots here. Oh, this one, you know what? This Posca marker, I need to prime it. That's what it's called, I think, when it's not like when it's new and then you gotta prime it. But I think when I'm done and when everything is dry, I might kind of put some dots on here and let's see here. Ooh, I like that actually. This blue, that's pretty. Okay, you guys, do you see what I mean about how like this is black chalk paint, right? And the chalk paint, it really takes to whatever you put on top of it. Like whether it's Posca, whether it's a ballpoint pen, it's just really good ground. Now, obviously with the black, any kind of color you're gonna put is gonna pop. But with the cashew, like you can get a just any kind of a black or a blue pen and you write on it and it's really gonna show up. So I absolutely love chalk paint for writing. You can make marks, you can make designs. It's just really, really a good ground to do that. And like say you have to wait for it to completely dry, I can go in here and I can make patterns in the like on this little flowery thing. It's just really beautiful. So if you can see here, see, they are not the same. They don't look the same to me, but if you look at it side by side, you can see that there are some elements whereby I use this as fuel, as compost, as seeds to create this. And so it's kind of really good that it started off this way, where the progression, like I started off and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make the background pink, I'm gonna copy everything exactly, and then like, you know, by the second video I was like, no, I'm not really feeling that. So that's kind of good that that happened that way, because it's a great illustration of how you know, you can get your inspiration any way, and you can use it anyway. Anyways, you guys, if you watched all the way to the end, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.